My dolls, my dolls, my dolls. Interviews are stressful, hey? Like, yo, I'm to do their stress. There are a lot of work. You have to do research. You must know how to respond to certain questions. You must be confident enough when responding to the questions. You must always keep a smile on your face. Like, how am I supposed to keep a smile on my face when I am stressed? Maggie, it's fine. Nothing comes easy in life, right? Nothing comes easy in life. Remember that interviews are done to determine whether or not you'll be a great fit for the job or whatsoever, right? So it's necessary for recruiters to have interviews and all of that. From that point of view, they'll be able to determine if you can do the job or not, right? Welcome back to another video. I'm your girl Bitapum Khabani, and thank you so much for tuning in. If you're a new subscriber, thank you so much for tuning in, and if you're a regular Zegula, the real OG, thank you for supporting my content, right? So as y'all can tell by the title of the video, I am going to share with you guys my interview chronicles, right? Like all the things I went through. So Shabu, my first interview was dope, man. Like it was really dope. Everything went smoothly. I don't know, Jorge, was it because I was prepared for it or whatsoever, but like I really enjoyed that interview. Right? Or Nikile content enough, or like I don't know, Jorge needing time, but it was dope. I honestly enjoyed it. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10, right? I'll get to that part. I applied for this government institution or whatsoever. 2 weeks later, I got a call and was invited for an interview, right? I was so happy when I got that call. Honestly, truly speaking, like, yo, remember that was my first ever interview, right? So obviously, I wanted to make a good first impression. Man, I prepared for that interview, like, literally every 2 hours. Thing is, I wanted the job, right? And that's how I am. When I want something, I work for it, right? So, like as I was saying, I prepared for that interview. I knew everything off by heart. That's the thing with me. Like, I do not like looking like an idiot. Period. You called me, so obviously you saw potential, right? You saw that, okay, Miguel is capable, so I had to prove myself, right? So why must I go there and look like an idiot? For the mere fact that they called me, that actually meant that I stood a chance, right? So obviously, I had to prepare, That's the mistake that most people do nowadays. I've seen it with some of my friends. They don't really prepare for an interview. Like they don't prepare for an interview. I don't know if whether they are confident enough or they already know what the recruiters, the panelists are going to ask or whatsoever. But even if you know what they are going to ask, I'd suggest that you prepare for it first, right? I get it, you are training your mind, you are training your body. Fast forward, it's the day of the interview. I met all these wonderful ladies and gents, right? Like some of them we are still in contact, right? Aibo, I was literally the only one who was chilled. People were freaking out. But I got to the venue. I was so chilled. I just wanted to get the interview over and done with, obviously. But, I was just so happy to be there, right? Like, literally, I was the only one who was calm. But I never freak out. This other guy, remember, he used to smoke. And then, like, we would reprimand him, so you're ruining your chances here. Like he didn't care. That's how nervous he was. And I was literally so calm, man. I was literally so calm. I was entertaining them, talking and all of that. Because like I will talk. One thing about me, child, I will talk. You will listen to me the whole day and take one way. So what I hated about that interview was the fact that there were too many of us. Literally, so meaning that this was gonna take the whole day, right? There were like 30 or 40 of us, man. Like, ne re le bangata haholo e seng hanyane. Worst, bele batla hore interview kaofela ka Friday. Like, you had the whole week to conduct interviews, right? Khona le re bitsang kaofela ka Friday. What were you guys doing this whole time? Like, worst, amongst us gave the whole of Free State. I mean, like, Bethlehem, Kwakwa, Harrismith, Bloom, Raids, Sasolburg, Winbeck, etc. So obviously, this was gonna take the whole day. Like, the list goes on, man. Why do when you are desperate for a job, people will take advantage of you, ne? Sharp. They told me to be at the venue by 8 in the morning, obviously, ne? Fine. I got there at 7:30. Did I not go home at 4? Kabanga from 7:30 to 4. Why? I was the first one to arrive at the venue, right? My parents told me to arrive at the venue early so that Kihono fits fast. Man! Yo, I was so hungry, my God. That time, like, I don't know if it happens to some of y'all, but even in high school, not even in high school as such, even in primary, in my school years, when I had to go somewhere, when we had a school trip, let me put it like that, when we had a school trip, next time you will say. So then now, I still do not eat, right? When something important, when I have an important event that I need to attend, right? Or when there's something time. I don't know, just saying, like, I don't know, I literally do not have an appetite at that time. So what they did was, since the interviews were conducted at Bethlehem, which is my hometown, they started Kabatuba Ferro, which is Boma Sasolburg, Bloom, Winbeck, and all those other places. So meaning that Bethlehem is really under the list. I am hungry, I am thirsty, but at the same time, food is the last thing on my mind because I was so annoyed and anxious. Like, I just wanted to get the interview over and done with at that point. Like, I was literally so annoyed, right? But like, I am so sleepy. I was literally so sleepy because I barely slept the day before because I was like panicking. Let me put it like that. I was panicking. I wanted everything to go well, right? And you could tell, no, and I hated that. My eyes were so red, man. Like, ooh, the nerves. The nerves can't me, right? So, Gavaya, the guy who came to fetch me, how feel that guy who bulal mad? Yo! As soon as he opened the door, 6 panelists. Imagine you are hungry, ne? Thirsty, tired, sleepy, overwhelmed. How feel like an interview? Give it to by 6. Like, getting a little bit like faint. Make it make sense. You made me wait the whole day. Honestly, I was expecting 2 or 3 people, man. Like, not 6, right? They expected to take 2 or 3 because, you know, anxiety. Like, I literally became sober at that time because I remember when I got in, I almost said low diamond. I stood there for about 2 seconds until it came back to reality. I was like, okay, because I wasn't expecting but to be honest. Reality was kicking in, man. Oh no, interview. I'm about to be interviewed for this certain position that I applied for, right? But in my mind, I'm like, okay, let me not wait. Like, why is I all saying, bro? Why is I all saying? Because I was the first person to get here. Why is I fit? Because at that time I was confident. I know myself. Now I get about I wouldn't have like reacted the way I did. Like, they get over sharp, right? So no, the nerves the kahame. I've been sitting the whole day, waiting for my turn. On top of that, like Lee 6. So I said a little prayer in my heart, Father God, Kupa leader, because right now I need you more than ever, to be honest. Because I was no longer myself, right? Chapo, ka be ke dula fatshe. As soon as ke dula fatshe, I sat on top of my hands like this. Ugh. So, because I was literally shaking. Wow, I was shaking. So I did not want to, I did not want my emotions to show. I'm nervous, right? I wanted to look as confident as ever, right? So that is why I was like, you know what? I'll wait for them to tell me or whatsoever. I am gonna sit like this until get fit. To my surprise, like they never complained, you know, like as soon as they started talking to me, I calm down because they were very friendly, right? They were very friendly. They offered me a glass of water and I was like, nah, I'm cool. I know I get fit because if I were to drink water at that time, like the toilet, because I know my nerves get ready up. So yeah, like the toilet and yeah, like the process was gonna take forever. So I was avoiding that. So but as soon as they started talking to me, I come down and I started using my hands, you know, the real Bitapo started coming out. So yeah, everything went well. I answered the questions confidently. Interview. So Shapo, moving along, now I'm gonna tell you guys about my second interview, right? Yo, it's my interview. Fine. Give the CV, and I'm looking at this certain company in town, you know. I'm like, oh, you know, CV, right? Fine, yeah, feel. I'm like, okay, hey, I'm looking for the manager, this and that, right? Okay, who's looking for the manager? It's BTEP. The manager was not at the office at that time. So they called him, right? There's a certain lady who's looking for you and okay, and the guy told me to like wait for him or like I waited. I started chatting with the ladies, you know, they were telling me about the job and all of that. Yeah, like so sharply, obviously I started introducing myself and all of that, and I told him the reason why Kilte. Then Bekimofa Steve. Did the guy not interview me at that moment? Like Nick, like what? Kitle Steve, we reviewing him. You know what? Actually, that guy Oklali, now that I think of it, because literally money for over 3 hours since I was telling him about myself and all of that, but it wasn't really an interview until I asked an interview, right? But at that time, he was going through my CV, right? He was going through my CV. You know what? Let me ask her questions and see how she will react, right? She will respond. Yeah. My English bundles depleted. I'm not gonna lie, because this is a CV, you know. I'm not even well dressed. Okay, I am well dressed, but not for an interview. At least I fell out to drop her off a CV, you know. Isn't for interview. Like the guy asked me questions, I knew the answers, but the way Nick answer. To my surprise, I got the job. He called me 2 days later and was like, okay, there's something I want to talk to you about. And yeah, he offered me the job. And unfortunately, I turned down the offer because the demands, it was too demanding, you know. Okay, so why? I know some of y'all might be like, hey, why would you turn down the offer? Spanish So I like the guy Nalena Nerubu. The first time when he met me, he wanted to know more about me, right? My qualification, everything, you know. He never really told me if I were, like, he never really told me about the job, right? Which was my mistake. Like, I learned from that day, research, because these managers are smart. They are smart. These managers are smart, right? Like some of them actually, somehow it's a CV, they just take it, they don't even bother looking at it, right? Some They see potential in you by share, but they want to know more about you and all of that. But what do you know about their company, right? So that is something I learned that day, and I thought share with you guys. Hale drop off deceive the night before. Guy, do your research, because some managers are smart. Like they had the interview out of the blue fella scandal, and you're gonna be speechless. Like, bruh, the way I lied, God knows that I lied. It's fine. But yeah, I guess maybe I have an idea about the job, and that I am confident wabo. Cause Kimo, I wasn't like, mosquitliste CV fella, I never prepared anything, right? So yeah, let me go back to the reason why I turned down the offer. Remember that I said the guy never told me who expecting exactly from me now, right? Like, that job is too demanding. It is too demanding. Like, even though I was desperate for a job, I put my mental health first, because next about the mental institution like, I am still young, I still have a lot of things ahead of me, so I considered that. So when he told me about the job, I told him to give me a day to think about it, like, because like, he expected a lot from Nna. So in my mind, I was already like, if Sento expecting to what more span, which means that you are going to overwork me. So I was like, nope. God will have to forgive me. I'm turning down this offer. Something will come up, right? Now let's talk about my last interview. Like, I don't want this video to be long, but like, enjoy guys. So my last interview, I was reading the newspaper, right? I was reading the newspaper. This certain company that they're looking for people, right? Fine. I sent them my CV via email, right? 2 weeks later, they called me for an interview. So, like, I didn't like the idea 2 days to prepare for the interview, right? Like, I didn't like the idea, So the manager called me 2 days before the interview and just said, hey, we saw your CV and at our company face to face, Obviously, I couldn't say no. I only complained after hanging up. I was like, 2 days. I only have 2 days to prepare for the interview, right? Like, okay, fine. I got to the venue. It was on a Thursday, right? Company. Gosh, I was so nervous. I was so nervous because I was so unprepared, you guys. I was so unprepared. So I did my research 2 days before. And yeah, but I tried to create conversation between Nalen. So yeah, but I hated that they didn't give me enough time for interview, and I was stressing. My God, I was stressing. So yeah, after interview, they told me that to tell me the outcome. They called me a week later, like, hi B, can you start? Hi B, we really loved your interview. About to start. Like, I was so happy, guys. I was so happy that I finally got a job. Like, I was so happy. I was so happy. So yeah, yeah, guys, this is my story, and I hope that you guys will learn something from everything that I said in this video. Like, I hope yeah. So what I can say is that if you the moral of the story is, if you do not want something, if you know that that job is gonna up, I'm sorry for swearing, it's gonna your mental well-being, do not take it. Do not take it. Like, take it from me, I was already space mentally, right? So that is why I was like, nah, I can't take this job. The pay was good. It was really good. In but I wasn't even thinking about the money at that time. I was like, nope. already I'm not okay mentally. So now it's tough, give it worse. So yeah, always prepare, even now drop the CV prepare, because yeah, like I've mentioned, some managers are smart about interview straight away, right? Which is an unprepared interview, right? What's the other thing? Yeah, but like basically I mentioned everything in this video, and I hope that you guys will learn from the mistakes and the dita litus. So y'all, my lovely females and James, thank you so much for watching the video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please do not forget to like and subscribe and comment down below. Also, please do not forget to follow me on all of my social media platforms. I'm available on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.